Hi guys! So today I'm going to continue with my eyeshadow decluttering, and I'm going to do my individual shadows and my palettes. And I don't think I will get rid of very much here because I love these things, but there are a few things that I have not been using, so I want to think about them. So let's start with the palettes. Okay, so first up I have the Smashbox On the Rocks palette. This is from holiday last year. I love this palette. It's like holographic and it just has really beautiful shades. So this I am definitely going to hold on to. And then I have all three Naked palettes. I've had Naked 1 for a long time. This is what that guy looks like. And this palette is well loved. And then I had Naked 3 when it first came out. And this is beautiful as well. More rosy shades. And then I recently got Naked 2 because I got a credit from Sephora of $50. So I thought I would complete my Naked collection and get the second one, which is a little more cool toned. And I like that one as well. So I'm definitely going to hold on to all three of those. And then these are just some individual shadows. These are some Urban Decay, one Wet n Wild, and then these are Makeup Geek shadows. And this one right here from Makeup Geek is amazing. It's called Pixie Dust. And it's this gorgeous green chartreuse color. I absolutely love it as a lid color. So, and these are in a Sephora Z palette. This is Too Faced Bonjour Summer, and this is from summer last year. This I am going to pass along because I just never reach for this because it doesn't do, it can't really be a neutral palette because the highlight shades are not pigmented enough and the browns are all very similar in tone. And it can't really be a color palette because these three are so dull that when you blend them out, they just look muddy. So this is just a real disappointing palette, and but I am going to pass this along to a friend who may not have so many eyeshadows and may be able to get use out of this. This is another Too Faced palette, the Sugar Pop palette. And this I do not reach for ever, but it is newer to my collection, and so I want to hold on to it and see if I use it. But overall, I just have never been a big, those two palettes really put me off Too Faced. I feel like it's just not as good as what people say. This is a Kat Von D old style palette. This is called the Ladybird palette, and it's an amazing lineup of mattes. Yeah, I just love this. I don't use it as much as I should because I don't do all matte looks very often, but this is just a really useful palette to have. This is the Vice, I believe this is the Vice 3 palette from holiday last year. The Vice 4 just came out and I am not going to get it because I'm trying not to buy any palettes this holiday season. We'll see how I do. But this is what that looks like on the inside. This is such a fun palette. I love it, and I use it a lot. This is a Disney collection palette, the Ariel palette. I have a whole video on this, but I am definitely going to hold on to this, although I never use it because it just stays right here in the box. Here's a few more Makeup Geek shadows here, and a Benefit blush, an Urban Decay shade, and a Kat Von D shade. And this is, once again, one of these Z palettes by Sephora. This is the Jasmine smaller palette from the Disney collection. This is Magic Carpet Ride palette. And I actually do use this, or I have used it quite a bit. It's a really beautiful palette, so I'm going to hold on to this one as well. The mirror says, "Shut your eyes and take a chance," which is a really funny thing for a makeup mirror to take. It's like, just close your eyes and slap those shadows on and take a chance. Oh, I never noticed that before. That's funny. Alright, and then this is the Great and Powerful Oz palette from Urban Decay. This I never, ever, ever use. Oh my gosh, do I never use it. But there's good stuff in here. I just never reach for it. I'm going to keep it for a little while longer because what I love about it is that it's like quote-unquote refillable, so I could get other Urban Decay shadows and switch them out and stuff, but I don't know, it's just like bulky packaging, and I don't know about this one, but for now I'm going to hold on to it. And then this is the Urban Decay 15th anniversary palette from a couple years ago. This is a gorgeous palette. I love it. I use it a lot, although it is not a good palette on its own. It really just is good to like supplement other things. And they recently just came out with another palette of this format called the Spectrum palette, which is available now, and I'm also going to try to resist purchasing that. So, of all my palettes, I'm keeping all of those and only getting rid of this one little one. But palettes are an investment, so I usually am pretty thoughtful about which ones I get, and I am happy to be keeping all of them. So now let's move on to individual shadows and smaller palettes. Alright, so this is a little mini color design palette by, I think it's Lancome. This is like one of the ones you get as a bonus. This is a cute little quad. I actually have been really enjoying the Lancome shades. I have some individual ones and I use them quite a bit because they're very sheer, so they're great kind of like if you're not sure of the lighting where you're doing your makeup, it's hard to overdo it with these. So I'm going to hold on to this because this is a nice formula. And then this is another Lancome palette. I think this one I'm going to pass along because I have this color Kitten Heel already on its own, and I just think this is a really nice neutral palette that someone else might enjoy. This is a tiny Dior palette that I'm going to keep just because it's so cute. It's called Montana, and it's a neutral palette. It's almost impossible to use, and it's silly how small it is, but it does have a mirror, so if you can get a small enough brush, this can work. So I'm going to hold on to that. These are some pigments from Victoria's Secret when they were doing makeup, and one is kind of a pinky shade, and one is a more golden shade. I think I'm going to pass along the pinky shade and hold on to the golden one, but these are actually really beautiful pigments. Here's another pigment from MAC. I never used this, but it is so cute. And then this is an individual shadow that I got from Makeup Store, which is an international beauty brand. It's similar to Makeup Forever or MAC, where they are like a pro driven. This is called Jubilee. I have not used this very much, but this is the only thing I have from them, so I want to hold on to this. This is one of their micro shadows. This is a Shiseido trio. These trios are a great formula. These colors, though, I really don't use very much, but I want to hold on to it because it's my only Shiseido trio. But if I get a trio I enjoy better from them, I will pass this along because the colors, I think this is in Opera. It's really beautiful and unique. All of their trios are beautiful. So until I get another one, I'm going to hold on to this one, but this is not my favorite color combo. And this is a Charlotte Ronson palette from when she was doing makeup. This is a gorgeous palette. It's very up my alley in terms of colors, but I don't tend to reach for it, and I have these colors in other palettes, so this one I am going to pass along. This is in the shade Nicole. And I have two e.l.f. Prism palettes. This one is in Sunset. This is a more recent purchase, and I'm pretty disappointed in this one, actually, because the one I had the one called Naked, which is here. This one is beautiful, and it's just gorgeous and really easy to use and beautiful. But this one, the shadows just feel a little stiffer, and the range of colors isn't very good. So, I don't know. I mean, it's such a new purchase that I think I want to hold on to it, but this one might be headed out in the next declutter. This one's on probation. And then I have two Smashbox palettes. These I will be holding on to because I love both of them. This one is the Glam Femme palette. This is gorgeous. And then this one is the Cherry Smoke palette, which is my favorite palette of all time. It's beautiful, and I love it. So I'm going to hold on to both of these Smashbox palettes, which actually makes me think that I'm going to let go of Sunset. I'm going to let go of Sunset from e.l.f. because when I have all these other shadows that I know I love, I'm not going to keep a ho-hum palette around. I have two little mini Urban Decay. This is the Naked Basics. This is so helpful and wonderful and easy to have. The black smashed in here, but this is just a really great lineup of neutrals. And then this is a format they don't do anymore. This is pretty old. It's the Roller Girl palette. But this is just such a cool little palette. It has Woodstock in it and then a few neutrals. So I'm going to hold on to this. And then I have my individual shadows. These are by Lancome, and I use their individual shadows actually quite a bit. This is in the color Filigree, and this is in the color Pink Pearls. I think Pink Pearls I'll pass along because it's just a matte neutral. I have a lot of things like this, but I do love Filigree. It's a really pretty highlight shade, so I'm going to hold on to this one. Then I have some Urban Decay. This is the color Secret Service. This is a brown that I literally never use. I never use it. So I think I'm going to pass this along. This is Maui Wowie, which is a beautiful shimmery color that I do use. I like to use this with a really sticky base just on the lid because it can be a little glittery, but it's beautiful. And then this is Free Love, which is a gorgeous orangey color, and I will continue to use and enjoy that. This is a Stila Metal Foil Shadow in Kitten. This is really beautiful. These are tricky to use. Oh man, are they annoying. But this was like a little mini that came in a set, so... But I would never buy a full size of these because it's just too much work. Then this is my only Ardency In shadow. These are beautiful shadows. This is in Peacock. It's a great brown and green duochrome. Then I have two Lancome Infallible shadows. I love both of these. This is Burst Into Bloom and Iced Latte. Gorgeous. Then I have three MACs. So this is Stars and Rockets. I have literally never used this. I'm going to back to MAC this. This is Tilt. And once again, I think I'm going to back to MAC this as well. And this is Rice Paper, which is a nice neutral. I'm going to hold on to Rice Paper and back to MAC the other two MAC shadows. It's hard to get rid of MAC shadows, but if I'm not using them, it's silly to keep them. Okay, so my decluttering of individual and small palettes. I have all my palettes back in the drawer there, and I am getting rid of all these items over here. So that was actually more than I thought I would pass along, and that is the entirety of my eyeshadow declutter. Keep your eye on my channel for more declutters. I think next I'm going to do eyeliners, but we'll see how that goes. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.